Yes, I've been gone for more than 2 years. Don't remind me. I'll explain more about it if I can get my 25th commentary out. Also, I've decided to upgrade my editing software to Adobe's Premiere Pro and After Effects, and have decided to upgrade how I edit my videos. Do let me know how my editing is. This is MTRShots, a side series of the A363 MTR commentate series where I can only make 1 to 3 interjections within the video. So, the Ephrommentator. I find some of his content to be decent. Heck, with his content overall, it inspired me to want to be a bit more political with my content. So much so that we've made a 5-parter commentary on Mr. Enter's video about the wild world of modern PSAs. I would recommend that you guys check that out. Those videos would be in the description down below. However, while I think that Ephrom could be a decent political slideshow commentator, there was one thing that got my attention, and then I completely forgot about it. Then someone decided to bring this back up again, and my interest sparked again. The video in question was his more than an hour-long commentary on Go Kato, where they made a video try to expose Mushroom Girl over the discourse involving the label bi lesbian and how Mushroom Girl wasn't listening to LGBT/black voices. Goat's video is deleted, but the crooked animator has covered the video in question, and I would recommend that you guys check that out. Most of what was said is decent enough. With Ephrom's video, well, okay, most of it I don't really have an issue with, but I have an issue with this one point exactly.
Based on what Mushroom Girl has told us, she does not think she needs to listen to trans or black voices about subjects that she is clearly uneducated on, which, in my opinion, is just fucking gross. Her excuse for this belief is that hundreds of minorities speaking up about their concerns isn't enough to prove their point, as according to Mushroom, there needs to be quote-unquote evidence to back their claims up. I'm sorry, Mushroom Girl, but that is not how it works. If there are hundreds of trans voices, black voices, any other voices in general telling you that you're in the wrong and spreading harmful and even hateful information, then that means you're very obviously, doing something wrong, and you need to listen instead of spreading false information.
You know, when I heard this, I couldn't help but think of a Vox article I read several years back with the headline, "Abortion is Black Genocide Inside the Black Anti-Abortion Movement." Now, it should be noted that up until recently, Black Americans were less likely to support abortion rights than white Americans for a number of very complicated reasons I'm not getting into. Black people in general are also just more likely to be socially conservative than white people regarding a number of issues, including LGBT rights, by the way. During the 2004 presidential election, Republican incumbent President George W. Bush even had his campaign do things like hire people to make robocalls in black areas of the country, saying that John Kerry supported same-sex marriage, or having people pose as gay activists from San Francisco outside of black majority polling places, specifically in the hopes of making Kerry look less appealing to black voters. Some of you take a conspiratorial view towards LGBT rights, as just a robot talked about his video and no one asked. Hi, just playing here and say that, although I've never heard that personally, I have heard a surprising amount of black people have positive things to say about Adolf Hitler. One example of his fair for his Islam and who allegedly killed Malcolm X. When he was attacking gays being black Hitler, he responded by saying the following. So I said to members of the press, why do you go into what you're saying about the press? He was a Jew, don't like fair crime, so they call me Hitler. Well, that's a good thing. Hitler was a very great man. He was a great man. He was a great journey, and he rose journey up from the ashes under defeat by the united forces of all of Europe and America after the war. Yet Hitler's journey from the ashes and rose up and made great fighting shield 20th century brothers and sisters. And even though Europe and America had deciphered code that Hitler was using to chief staff, they still had trouble defeating Hitler, even after knowing his plans advanced. Now, I'm not proud of Hitler, people, Jewish people, but that's a matter of record. He rose journey up from nothing, up to the sense you could say there's a similarity that we are rising people up from nothing. Don't compare me with your big fair colonization versus East France, saying usually the most of black Jews, which alleges that Jewish people something like translate and it's
God damn it! My fast forward button made the video explode! Well, it's a good thing I got a copy. Okay, but to actually discuss this, his interjection starts at 1 minute and 13 seconds of the video, where he talks about subjects such as black anti-abortionists, Kanye West, Larry Elder, Jesse Lee Peterson, and Ben Carson. Mind you, these discussions are very detailed, and Ephrom takes his time explaining this, even showing clips left and right. And where in the video does he finally start to wrap up his point? Let's say at around the 45 minute and 8 second mark. About 44 minutes long on this interjection. What next? Are you gonna give me a classroom lecture about the history of coconuts? Now, I realized that when a user in his comment section by the name of Galactica mentioned this issue, Ephrom acknowledged this and has been trying to fix the issue. However, I'm gonna be honest when I say the main reason why I've made this two-shot isn't more so because I wanted to cover Ephrom and see if he can hear me out in my first interjection, more so in my second, but more so that I wanted to make this as a PSA to any newcomers or any current commentators within the SEC. That being, for the love of God and that is all holy, please do not drag out your point like this. Most of what was said could have been taken out and the video wouldn't have been a chore to sit through. Hell, people behind the scenes on Discord has mislabeled your commentary as a one-shot. And while, let's be fair here, you have made other interjections against Go Kato, I wouldn't blame those who have mislabeled this as an hour-long one-shot due to how it made listening to the video a chore to sit through. Now, how does Ephrom wrap up the point?
Why did I show you all of those clips? Well, the answer is very simple. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the "I have a black friend" argument, which somebody lazily trods out whenever they're accused of racism. The problem with this argument is some minorities are fucking idiots who hold bigoted and yes, even racist positions. For that matter, no race is immune to stupidity. And saying that one person is more educated on a topic because of their race is, well, idiotic, to say the very least.
Yes, Ephrom, you are right that we shouldn't have listened to black conservatives when listening to people's experiences. The problem, however, is that this wasn't what Go Kato was saying nor referencing. Side tangent, I could be stretching for a point since you'll bring it up a lot later on in this commentary, and I've also technically have explained it within my intro of this commentary, but I honestly wish that I could have understand what Goat was referencing at the beginning of the video instead of the final 15 minutes. Anyways, the point itself was mainly referencing how, and I'm hugely paraphrasing on this, Mushroom Girl said something about the term bi-lesbian in either in a positive light or as a neutral thing, and the user on the screen had an issue with this. I'm assuming that this might be Go Kato. Mushroom Girl stated that she doesn't have to accept these criticisms since she doesn't have to listen to someone who's a minority, to which, while true, I don't think that Mushroom Girl ran about this in the right way. So, with all of this being said, Ephrom, you do realize that this is more towards a left-leaning discourse that they're referencing here, right? Why are you bringing up black conservatives when black conservatism, or hell, just conservatism, isn't even relevant to the discussion? This is more towards a left-leaning issue when a person who's made a mistake and another person is trying to correct that mistake. Also, with the wording, Go Kato was more geared towards someone who's more than likely on the left than those on the right when they've mentioned hundreds of voices who are saying you're in the wrong. And you've basically just wasted a 43-minute and 55-second tangent towards a topic that's not even relevant to the discussion. Actually, a better point would have been you trying to show an example of a left-leaning minority saying something foolish, either by accident or on purpose. But yeah, as a too long didn't listen version, Ephrom, this is the most wasteful point I've ever seen in the commentary so far. I'm rating your point as a 1 out of 10. I want my money and time back.